Okay, so this will be my very first time ever posting a video in a cemetery. This is known as the Witch's Grave or Highland Cemetery out here in Mannington. I'm not going to tell you how to get there because some people actually come out here just to vandalize, and I don't want that to happen. And you need to respect the graves out here at this cemetery. But as you can see behind me, that is the Highland Cemetery. A lot of locals around here known for it as the Witch's Grave. We are going to go and hopefully find the Witch's Grave for the first time because I have never been here either. Let's see what we can catch. A lot of people say that there is crazy or unknown things that have happened here at night. There's also a lot of stories about people coming here and partying it up at night, mostly some of the local high school teenagers. The church is now currently being used again after being shut down and abandoned for a very long time. There's even stories that I've heard where people are recently buried here. As soon as I get up there, we will see. As you're looking here, this is the Highland Church biography that they have put up for tourists and locals to come out. Again, the church is currently being used. I'm going to zoom in, or get as close as I can so you guys can pause it and read this. But this basically talks about Serelda Jane Wetzel, who was supposedly, from stories, the witch that was buried here. And there's also stories that tell on this right here that say her little nephew was a warlock. Don't know much about that or even what that is, but it doesn't sound very good. And yes, there is ice out here, but current temperature is about 55 degrees. Not that bad. The other day we had an average temperature of about 12 in all of this, according to my maps on Google, was just solid white. Off in the distance there, you have what I think is Rachel Lake, maybe, or the Rachel Dam. Plenty of wonderful, beautiful scenery out here. I hear a woodpecker off in the distance. It does look pretty old. It's not very big. Let's see if you can see anything from the camera on inside. If you guys catch anything on camera, let me know in the comments. Welcome to Highland Church and Highland Cemetery. Be respectful. Close the gate back. And guys, that does go to say that if you know where this place is at, please do not come out here and vandalize. They don't like vandalism. Some of the locals out here will kind of tend to you themselves instead of going to the authorities. This is way out in the middle of nowhere, so please be respectful to all of these graves. All they want to do is rest in peace. From 1853 to 1934 and 1947. Kind of old. 1814 to 1817. Phew. I don't walk through this. I don't want to disturb anybody. 1920, 1931. 1923. Mr. Yost. Here's a really old one. It looks old. Wife of Ephal, born January 2nd, 1863, died April 23rd, 1893. Now, she wasn't very old when she passed away. There's another Ephal, 1901. Sad when people die or pass away at a very young age. I'm not sure. 1906. That's a really old one. Found her. So this is apparently the gravestone of Miss Serelda. I think I'm pronouncing that right. The supposedly known witch of this area. She was supposedly 63 years old, according to the gravestone, when she passed. Died May 29th, 1905. The stone is very old, but has the Bible on top, or I'm assuming it's the Bible, and at some point there was, oh, the camera can't see it, there was some kind of picture or engraving on the stone. Some people say that there is a stairway that is located on the stone, but I can't really make out what it actually is. But this, as you see, is the Highland Cemetery where the witch's grave is supposedly located. There's not really much to it. It's not very big. I don't really know why people would even want to come here and party or vandalize anything, to be honest. Nothing on the back of her stone. There are stories that I've heard from people where that stone has been completely turned around at some points, and some of the locals come out and turn it back around. Now, I can visually tell that at some point this stone has either been broken off of its foundation, or the foundation is not the original foundation, but the stone and the foundation do not match, nor do they even look like they match. And there has been reported stories that I've also heard about people coming out and vandalizing her specific stone. So that could have something to do with it. The nephew that I said earlier about the warlock is supposedly buried somewhere around here, and maybe that might be his gravestone. I'm not sure. Wetzel. But again, I don't know much about this cemetery at all. I just know the stories I've heard, so I wanted to check it out and clarify for some of the people that have always been curious about the witch's grave out here as well. Now, there's also a Rachel grave, or Rachel Cemetery, excuse me, that is supposed to have some creepy events happening at certain times of night, including a gravestone that is supposedly glowing, or that people have seen glow with their own eyes. So I'm eventually going to get out there and we're going to check that out and see what that's all about. There's a whole lot of Haught family members here. So if there's any kind of family members with the last name of Haught that have been, say, relatives of the Hott family here laid to rest, I give my condolences, and for your enjoyment or ease at mind, I guess, if you want to call it, none of these gravestones have been tampered with. There's no graffiti or nothing on them. The only one that I can tell that has been ever touched is Mrs. Sorrelda over there, the witch. Other than that, everything seems to be pretty good. You can't see it on camera here, but way off in the distance there is a train that pretty much runs along. Hopefully you can see that. Where that steam stack is, a little tiny puff of whiteness in the center of the camera. Imagine that's a coal plantation of some sort for the railroad yards. But, oh, here's a really young one. Oh man, that's actually sad. Mrs. Mary Elizabeth. She wasn't even 30 days old. That's really sad. Maybe this is some kind of kin of hers. Another Fluharty. Actually, here's quite a bit of family members. Mr. and Mrs. Fluharty. So I hope they rest in peace. And that really about wraps it up, guys. I know I've seen a creepy looking place that looks like it's been abandoned for quite a bit of years on the way in here, so on the way back out I will stop and add that to this page, or this video itself, excuse me, and eventually, like I said earlier, we will get to the Rachel place, and there's a lot more places out here in West Virginia that I will check out. The penitentiary, the asylum, Harper's Ferry, pretty much the whole entire town out there. These are just places that I have on my bucket list. If you stay tuned and hit that like button, even the bell for subscribings, I will definitely be adding more videos to it. This is something that is pretty nice, it's pretty fun, even if I don't do anything at all. But you enjoy. See you here shortly again. So, the place I was talking to y'all about, it kind of looks creepy, is right here. It looks like it's been abandoned for a while. I've already checked it out. I don't see a single no posted trespassing signs or anything like that. So, oh man, what is that? Look at that. Old deer carcass. Damn. But it's raining, and I don't actually have my waterproof case with me like an idiot, so I'm trying to hurry up and get in here. But let's go see what this place has got to offer. Just want to check it out, that's all. I should have brought my flashlight. Because I can be slow sometimes, I forgot my flashlight, but give me just a second and I will get it and be right back. Okay, so I'm back now and I got my trusty flashlight, which is always really nice to have a rechargeable flashlight. So we will see what is all left in this place. Oh, that's kind of spooky. Never actually seen one of those in a location other than the Vegas tunnels. So, an outhouse, an outhouse, an outhouse, another outhouse. Ooh. Donald Trump was here. Who would have ever thought he'd come to a place like this? That's a little spooky. This place is a little creepy. There's another outhouse. Man, there's got a whole lot of stuff around it. Some more vandals. There's a lot of vandal stuff in here. Of course, one of those. All this stuff on the ground. Somebody had a cat. Do I want to attempt to go upstairs? I really do, but... Oh, it's got a basement? Ooh. Stairs kind of seem a little iffy. What do you guys see? Anything? Nothing? Bunch of junk. And it has an attic. Of course, it's got an attic. Some graffiti. So nice. There's so much vandalism. Ooh. Forcing things in just a little. Wow. So much stuff up here. I'm going to go into the attic, but that doesn't even begin to look safe. And I'm not trying to have some stitches in an old place and get a 6-foot tetanus shot. That's a little creepy. So what's next? We're going to go over to that place and over there. But because it's raining, I have to stop the video until I get there. Okay, so I'm at the first location. And this seems to be maybe a hay trough or something for cattle. I know some of the local birds think it's pretty nice. No, it's not a hornet's nest, that's an actual bird nest. Let's go up. Ooh. See what's up on top. Nothing really. A bunch of old stuff. Light really doesn't do any good. So I'm going to pause it for a minute so we can walk over to see it. location. This, I'm assuming, was at some point a hay barn. And you can see the light out. There's a whole lot of hay on the ground. Yeah, this was probably stables. It's really old. Wasn't really a whole lot to this. See if we can go upstairs. Be right back. Going to check out these two outhouses up here. We'll see what lies inside. This is probably a chicken coop. Assuming. I imagine this was a chicken coop. And then we got that place right there. Let's see what's in this. Probably another chicken coop. Oh, got another building back there. Damn. This place was littered with outhouses. So, coming back here. There we go. Here's the door. Oh, that's kind of cool. Can't see it on camera very good. Hopefully now you can. They have their own little rack system made up. I'm sure this was probably a chicken coop too. And then behind us, you have the runoff spots. Actually looks pretty cool in person. These cameras just don't do justice. Now we're going to go over to the side of the house and check out the very last bit of outhouses. Okay, so something I missed on the front of this house is an old piano. So imagine how old it is. It's got a whole lot of pieces to it that I've never seen. Oh, here's a sticker. Let's see. See if anybody recognizes this. I don't see a date on it. Chicago. It's an organ, I think. The Kimball organ. You guys know more about that? Give me some kind of description or ideas in the comments. Nothing works. And like always, people have to vandalize everything. It even says broke on top of it. Here's where the basement was. This is the side door entrance to this place. And some more pillowcases over there. We're going to go over there and see what that is. Here's the side entrance to that basement that I didn't want to go into. Here's another outhouse. And the back of the house where that one side building is. We went to the side of it. Got a couple of locals passing. Going really slow, probably trying to figure me out. No hard feelings, peeps. Just here to document. This is like a whole little side outhouse. That's pretty cool. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean for the loud noise. And that's about it for this residence. It is a little strange. It has been abandoned probably for quite some time. And I'm just curious as to how old it is or what actually went on here. But thanks for watching, guys. If you haven't already, hit that smash and like button. Hit the alerts so you can at least keep updated for every time I post a video up. And until I find some better stuff, see you soon. As a final one last, check this out. This is the view as I'm walking back to my car. But I don't know if you can see it or not, but it actually says hell with an arrow facing that doorway right there. That's where the upstairs is inside the house. It kind of looks a little creepy. Just a off looking house. I mean, it does look a little creepy. I'm not sure if there's anything bad that's ever happened to this house, because I know little to nothing about this place, but it just looks off, sitting off the side of the road, literally in the middle of nowhere. Like I said, I just happened to pass it. I wanted to stop on my way back in from showing you all the witch's grave. But as always, tune in. Until next time.